Well, hello everyone, it's Kari back again with you on the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have some interesting papers to share with you today. These are a few of the papers that I got in the Your Paper Insider box recently, and I knew they were going to be perfect for a ghost card. They kind of are a fiber paper, but they are see-through. So look at how beautiful these are. I've also pulled out a couple of other colors that came in the box, and I'm going to combine these to make a light up card. So I pulled out some of my ghost dies here. I'm going to be using this one from Essentials by Ellen. I love this ghost. It's pretty large. So we're going to be making a 5x7 card today. So I've taken some of the light pink cardstock, and I took the pink fiber paper here. I'm not really sure what this one is called, but it is gorgeous. And now I'm going to back that die cut ghost with this paper. So I'm just putting a bead of liquid glue around there, and I will glue on that paper. And look here, now we've got a little ghost. I'm going to create a little witch's hat for him. This is a honeybee set, and I love this witch's hat. I'm going to just glue that right on just like this, and we are going to make this card light up. So I have some lights from Pearblossom Press. These are the one light, and they come with multiple packs per set. You just break them apart, add the battery right in there, and they're ready to go. So you can see how bright that light is behind this specialty paper. So I am going to cut a couple of hearts to go in front of the light. So it'll look like his heart's lighting up when he sees you, which I think is really cute. So I cut out the Hey Boo die with some pink glitter paper, and I put that on some gray cardstock. So that's going to be our sentiment for this card. Very simple. And then here's the heart that I'm going to cut out. It came with this ghost die set. So I'm just going to take a couple of the pink papers that came with the Your Paper Insider, and I'm going to double it up so that you'll still be able to see the light, but it's not going to be so harsh through that heart. So see, if you double it up, it diffuses the light just a little bit more. So that's going to look really great. So I've got some foam squares behind this heart, so it's popped up right over the top there. And we'll put that down. Now I'm just going to make a little mark, a little pencil mark where that button is going to be pushed. That way I can take the stamp set from Pearblossom Press and stamp a little press here stamp right there. So this one just says press, and I'm using some VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp that down. And I usually like to heat emboss over anything that I'm using a press button for. That way it doesn't get smeared or smudged, because this is probably going to get pressed quite a bit. So this is just some clear embossing powder, and I'll heat set that with my heat tool here. And I went ahead and cut out a dotted frame around the edges. And now I'm ready to make the card base. So I cut some cardstock to 10 inches by 7, and I'm scoring that at the 5-inch mark in half. And that's going to be our card base. I'm using this Trinity Stamps tool. It is a Teflon bone folder, but it's an interesting shape. It's very hefty, which really surprised me, but when I used this at a recent craft show, I knew I had to have one. So I love them so much. So I will link that so you can go take a look at it. It is awesome. So it really helps in folding and scoring your card bases. Now I'm just going to place that one light right here using some double-sided adhesive, and I just want to move that light down just a touch to make sure that's going to line up perfectly. And then I'll go ahead and use the best foam tape in the world. And this foam tape is great. It is double thick, so that means you don't have to double it up yourself. It's already done for you. That's going to leave enough room for that battery for this card. And then it also has a backer that comes off really easily, and it's repositionable for up to 30 minutes. So if you don't get it put on just right, don't worry, you can take it apart and put it back down in the right spot. I love this tape. All right, so I'm just going to add a little extra tape around the edges where I can, just to give it a little more security there, or a little more support. And then we are ready to put this all together. So we'll go ahead and place this panel over the card base where the battery is already attached, just like this. Press that, and look how the heart lights up, the whole ghost lights up. I just think that's so adorable. Now we can add that Hey Boo sentiment, a few bats that I cut out from the same die set where I got that witch's hat. And here's that Hey Boo die. I'm not sure if this is still available. If I can find it though, I will link it for you. I am going to pop up those bats just a little bit with some mini little squares. These are black foam squares, so you won't really see them too much behind the black bats. But I wanted those to be a little dimensional. So I'll pop each of those up just like this. I'll glue on the Hey Boo with some liquid adhesive, and then we're almost done with our card. But now, before I put down the sentiment, I did cut out a couple extra from some white heavyweight cardstock, excuse me, and I'm going to glue those together. This will give this sentiment a little dimension as well. And I just love that look because it is so nice and clean. You don't have to use foam tape on that. It just pops it up just like this. There we go. So now I can glue that down. I love the extra dimension. And that's going to be our card. But don't leave just yet, because I did make a second card that I want to show you from the die cut of that ghost, because I have a little pink ghost left over. So let's take a look at this card. Here is the final result. You just press that card. It's a nice 5x7 card, and it's so fun that it lights up. I'm trying to kind of cover the light here, but I think you can still see that. Really fun with that beautiful specialty paper, almost like a vellum with fiber to it. Here's the second card I made. I used the cutout of that little pink ghost. I added a little skull and a witch's broom from that same witch's die set that I used earlier. I'll show you right here, but look at those cute little elements. It's this set right here. So I put together this witch's broom. I put together a little skull and crossbones. Of course, I had to make them pink to match her. And then I have these little shape sprinkles that I got a couple of years ago, but I have never used them. But aren't they cute? The little candy corns. And there's that ghost die, the little ghost huggers die. I've used this multiple years in a row for Halloween, for treats, to hand out little gifts. And also this Hey Boo. This time I cut off the boo so that it was just that by itself. And so it doesn't say Hey Boo, it just says boo. And I think that looks cute too. I also used some glitter cardstock on that sentiment. And the second card is just an A2 size card. So you can see the difference between the 5x7 light up card and the smaller A2 size card. I did do a candy corn background on black using some oxide inks and a stencil. I love that look. So that is our card for today with the bonus card. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. And I'll be back with more card making inspiration. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.